A warm welcome to our audience around the world. It's a privilege to moderate this event hosted by Swarm Ethics co-founding team and supported by the House of Ethics. It's a distinct privilege to introduce the chief architects of this novel ethics approach, and I'm very grateful to be part of the co-founding team. I've been accepted in the Swarm and I've been very busy trying to contribute, and I'm looking forward to a great event today. Please allow me to share a few details about our co-founders before we dive into the agenda. So Katja has not only been the founder of the House of Ethics and the co-founder of Swarm Ethics, but she brings with her an experience of 25 years of international business expertise and academic expertise, and has been instrumental in launching this novel concept together with Daniele Proverbio. Daniele currently is having dual roles, not only as Swarm Ethics co-founder, but he's also as Director of Interdisciplinary Education at the House of Ethics. And he currently spends his time at University di Trento, and he's a graduate of Luxembourg University. And we're very grateful to have you both sharing with our audience what you think, how far has the concept evolved since inception until today, before we dive into the deeper elements of our event today. So Katja and Daniele, maybe you can share a few thoughts about the metamorphosis of our Swarm Ethics concept.
Well, thank you, Ingrid, for this wonderful introduction. As always, and Daniele and I, we are super happy, which is very young and fresh, to have you as a co-founding member within our Swarm. And without you, our Swarm would not be as active and as energetic as it is right now. So back to your question, well, the title of today's conference, Convergence, expresses it perfectly. It is Swarm Ethics in action. And as opposed to the traditional philosophical or ethical concepts we talk about, it is a meta discourse. We talk about freedom, we talk about accountability. Swarm ethics, well, you do it, you live it. And you don't articulate it, you are within it. And that was the most impressive for me within the last 6 months, because it's just 6 months that we have introduced the concept, that people have been flocking towards us. So it shows that this concept actually works as a system. People came from all disciplines, nations, ethnicities, and because it's easy. Swarm ethics doesn't tell you what to believe, but how to best shape your personal ethics and adapt your ethics to situations, benefiting from collective input. So it resonates with people, but not only with people, but also with corporates, with businesses. So it is a way to live ethics for business applications, like immersive 3D ethics. It's like a bioethical epidermis, and it fully meets the novel management theories that we teach at the universities, which are not linear anymore, but where corporations are described as superorganisms. And that's exactly what it is. We are a mini superorganism, but Swarm Ethics as a movement can help shape companies as very effective boosters for ethical perspectives. And that's what we will see afterwards, how 2024 will move us further to our goal. A little bit long, but I needed to say it. Sorry.
No, thank you. And Daniele, maybe you share your perspective from the first moment you thought about this new concept. Where have we arrived today?
Yes, with pleasure. And I will try to be a bit shorter, but nonetheless as deep as Katja, hopefully. So two main points. First, I would mention the introduction of Dr. Ingrid Vasiliu-Feltes in the team, because this really and nicely showcases how A theoretical concept can start becoming reality and becoming applicable once you start bridging disciplines, mindsets, and include people that are super active, super contributing to something special into this world, then bringing it further to all the various dimensions that Katja already mentioned. And secondly, in the same spirit, I was so happy and proud to have reached to so many people and receiving their feedbacks. This is of paramount importance because it enriches not only the concepts but also the dynamics of the community. It's fairly useless to just start having some random abstract idea and then trying to just plug it into some other people's mind. Instead, receiving feedbacks, adapting, shaping, maintaining the common ground and values, but keep a dynamical and open mindset. This is also something that I think is very valuable for the movement in general, but also for our own personalities. And I can see this over the last 6 months. And anyone just browsing the LinkedIn page or the website will immediately recognize this as well.
Thank you. And that's a great segue to the first part of our event, where we wanted to share with our audience some of the most popular topics. Katja, you had a few more comments?
Yes. May I please, it's not part of the plan, but the swarm is always ready for the unexpected uncertainties. Ingrid, could you tell us what you have been observing since you joined the movement, since you joined Swarm Ethics, how you have been experiencing it from your side?
Sure. Well, I can also share with our audience that maybe wasn't with us during our launch, how I became involved in a very instinctive way, I would say, when I saw your concept. I had been dealing with traditional ethics for more than 20 years in life sciences, and I was searching for something that was better attuned, better adaptable to the types of problems we see in healthcare, life sciences, biotech, and medtech. And the moment I read your article and the moment I understood the potential of how swarm ethics could actually be applied and how nicely it could be embedded into the DNA of organizations in healthcare and life sciences, then I spent some time thinking about it, and immediately I noticed also the other opportunities. So I was very eager to collaborate with both of you. And I think we've evolved a lot over the last few months, because the helpful questions we received from our colleagues around the world trying to understand how are we different than traditional ethics actually helped us redefine and redesign and maybe polish our idea about how it could be deployed. Because I think concept was one, but then now we have a better idea of how it translates into each industry, how it can be used by various companies in various stages of development, how maybe it fits some industries better or not. That's why our presentation today is actually trying to showcase what we have learned from our teams around the world and our colleagues around the world that asked us all helpful questions. And then we answered all those questions, and this is the result, what we'll share today. I don't know if that helps a little bit, but
That's all we wanted to hear and to share.
And so we would love to also share with our audience how we conceive swarm ethics being different from traditional ethics, and highlight a few key ethics principles and how in swarm ethics they can be applied different, understood different, and then also translated into all these industry verticals.